We're on the rollout. Now we're about to start doing our root. But we gotta feather our tacks. Make sure that you grind down your tacks, feather them. You can feather them all at once, or you can do them as you're doing your root. Doesn't matter which way you do, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and start doing our root. And then we're gonna strike a knot right where we started feathering from, right where we started grinding from. Here it goes. All I'm doing is going back and forth, following my puddle, nice and tight. If you hear that sound, kind of like a tattoo machine, that's what you want to hear the whole time. Take your time, you don't want to rush anything here. Keep going, that's my tie-in. Stop your wire, boom. Always check your gap. If your gap is closing on you, remember you gotta go a little bit hotter. If your gap gets larger, you gotta go colder. Check it out, just back and forth, nice and steady. Also, make sure that you have a good landing. You want to have an even landing all the way around. If you put too much of a small landing, it's going to keyhole on you too much. Tie in right here. Stop my wire. Boom. Alright, so we're going to do our hot pass. On our hot pass, what I did, I changed my cup size. I'm using a 10 now because I'm coming out this way to the surface. So I have a larger size cup, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to wiggle it back and forth for a hot pass. I increase my wire speed and my amperage. So my wire speed right now is going to be at 30, and then my amperage is going to be at 180. Now all we're doing is wiggling it back and forth. Alright, so now after we did our hot pass, now we can do our fill in our cap. Now, it's going to fill up really fast. So now, since we're doing our fill, we're going to crank up our temperature to 200 amps, and our wire speed is going to be at 48. But remember, depending on the welder, depending on your speed, you might have to change your wire speed, your temperature. You got to know how to control it. So it requires a little bit of practice, all right? So let's go ahead and start doing our fills. We're gonna flush it out and then cap it. Remember, 200 amps and 48 wire speed. All right, all I'm doing is going back and forth. Make sure that you're watching your putter hit the walls. Going back and forth, back and forth. You don't want to rush it. Sometimes you got to pause a little bit longer on the walls because you're waiting for that puddle to build up. One very important thing that you got to note here is that you don't want to apply too much pressure. You don't want to put too much pressure on your TIG rig. TIG torch. All I'm doing is watching my puddle. That's all I'm doing. right, check this out. So right now we're working on our last fill. So just take your time, watch your puddle build up, watch it hit the walls, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, all the way through. All right, so we did our fill. We're done with our fill, but if you can see, our fill is a little bit under flush. So maybe about a 1/16 under flush, but that's okay. So we're gonna cap it like that. And the reason why is because we're doing TIP TIG, remember, so it's kind of like MIG, so it shoots a lot of wire. And if you're not careful, you're gonna overdo your cap. All right, so you don't want no more than 1/8 of reinforcement on your cap, remember that. So we're gonna cap it a 1/16 under flush, and we're gonna do a single bead cap. Now, you can also do a 2 bead cap, whichever one you want. Check with your code, all right? See what they want, either a single cap or a 2 bead cap, all right? So our bevel to bevel is not too wide. We're gonna go ahead and do a single bead cap. Remember our cap, we're gonna go at 200 amps. All the way through. Same thing as our fill. Now, if you ever, say you're doing your fill, if you ever overfill your fill, you can always grind down your fill, make sure it's flush, or adjust your wire speed and your temperature. Bring down your wire speed and your voltage, so that way you don't have too much wire. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there we have it. We got a good friend over there, Isaac. Woohoo! All right, so we just finished our 16 Schedule 80 pipe on a rollout using our only friend, one and only, TIP TIG right over there. All right, so it can be a challenge, but don't worry, just practice, all right? It's not that bad. It's a little intimidating, right? But look at this, came out really nice, all right? So it can be done.